welcome to the first update for Adventura Italia episode 5, where we've built a massive Intamin prefabricated wooden coaster. So it's definitely a new feature on the skyline of the park, because previously the Intamin Blitz top hat took up the highest point, whereas this has now gone higher than it. So let's look at the stats. So this coaster's biggest drop is 50 metres nearly. And the Intamin Pre-fab wooden coasters, there's not that many of them around, and there hasn't been one built in quite a while, so this is kind of like what I think the newer style of these would be if Intamin were to build one now. So it's got like a few of Intamin's newer transitions that they do on the steel coasters, but like the wooden version, I suppose you'd say, like having like off-axis airtime hills and all sorts, and overbank turns and everything, like really snappy transitions like this piece here. I really wanted to try and give that effect as well. I've put the custom support in on the higher stress areas of track. I need to do it in a few other places. And then I've put this lake in the middle, which I think the queue is going to, I think some sort of plaza here, and the queue kind of weaves around into the station building here. I've started the transfer tracks as well, so I've put the rails in so we can go into the other ones, and obviously build the building around this, just under this turnaround here, which is where the maintenance area will be, just behind it. And just like with the other ones, that maintenance road will connect it with all the rest of the rides as well, so they've all got access to off the island for further maintenance if they need it. So I think this layout's pretty much finalised now. I've made quite a few tweaks to it. It's probably about 3-4 hours worth of work so far. So I'll see you in the next update once I've got further with this area. this is the second and final update now for the 5th episode of my park. Got the layout completely finished now, added in all the detail around the areas, including this boardwalk area, so it's just connecting up the log flume ride area from episode 3 around here. So you've got the water features on either side. Obviously I've had to put the concrete piece in here for the there's like a little bridge over because the wood would rot with the water. So I've finished off all the custom supporting now, put in this fence that I've made using poles that you saw on the time lapse. It's tall enough and the gaps are thin enough so people can't get over or through as well, so it's completely safe. Added in all the foliage. This will be where the ride sign will be. Feel free to comment any ride name suggestions so I can pick one of those. Into the queue now. I've put all of the supports in as well, the steel supports, where the wood has to separate for the paths and stuff and other pieces of track as well. It's all very realistic of how it would be. Completely finished all around this area. Station building inside with all the lights. Then out the back of the maintenance area here as well, I've added in this lift because how I originally wanted to do the station building, it wouldn't work with where I put the maintenance area and transfer track, so I've put in this lift system. A couple of rides I know that do this as well. I know No Chacho did this in, I think it was Chacholandia, for his wooden coaster, where the lift goes out the back for wheelchair access, which is always nice to have in a park. This leads you around to the maintenance area as well, so guests can kind of see into this, but I don't particularly mind that. I almost like it in a park when you can see into the maintenance areas. So obviously you got the transfer track, just like the Intamin Blitz coaster, because of how high up the transfer track area is. It's got the lift so it can come down on this platform. Spare piece of track there that the crew will be working on. It's going to be replacing the coaster, and then this brings you around all the way down here to the gate at the bottom. Obviously this road will run all the way around the park, like it already does with the Intamin Blitz part there, where it goes to the maintenance road. But because you'll see I've got on planning here in, I think, either the next episode or the episode after, you'll see where that if any vehicles need to get to this part of the ride, they can just use the actual paths around to drive through, and the park's closed to get to the maintenance area anyway. So that is this episode completed.